Welcome back to the channel, guys. It has been a minute since I filmed a review. Suppress Fest is now over. So I just wanted to get that out there, kind of cover that real quick before we dive deep into the suppressor today. So huge shout out to all the vendors that came out and made Suppress Fest 2024 a special 2 days for you guys out there. We had 1,000 tickets, so 500 tickets per day split up. So we didn't have long lines at all. Smiles all around. I talked to hundreds of people over the course of those 2 days, and all of you were able to test fire everything to your heart's content, from full auto machine gun suppressed to the suppressed minigun that Capital Armory brought. It was very cool for you guys to be able to show up, get in a line, learn about a product, shoot the product, and then if you wanted it, walk on over to the Capital Armory tent and purchase one right there on the spot. And then, of course, we raised a lot of money this year for the American Suppressor Association. Thanks to all you guys that bought raffle tickets, we gave away roughly like 40 to 50 raffle prizes per day. Suppressors, firearms, gift cards, stuff like that. So Suppress Fest 2024 was a huge success. And next year, October 2025 for Suppress Fest will be my 10th year doing a vendor shooting event. So stay tuned because it's going to be a big one and you're not going to want to miss Suppress Fest 2025. Thanks again for everybody who made it possible this year. Now, let's kick things off with the Velos LBP 556K. Now, this can was at Suppress Fest. Silencerco had an amazing booth if you were there. And I've already reviewed the full-size brother to this suppressor. So this is the K version, and it is meant more for the door kicker type. You are going to want to wear some hearing protection with this little guy, but it does take the edge off and do a very good job of projecting the sound away from the shooter. So we're going to get down and dirty with the K version right now, and then my next video will probably be the 7.62 variant of the LBP Velos line. So stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead, open this box, and get to it. All right, like I said in the previous video, they upped their box game, Silencerco. Now, I have already mounted this, so the mount's not in this box, but it does come with a Charlie ASR mount. Now, look at the size difference there, and I'll show some B-roll here of the K version versus the normal length 5.56 version here, and you can see the difference is quite apparent. Let's go ahead and cover the specs. Overall length of the 5.56K comes in at 4.76 inches, diameter 1.73 inches, and the weight only 12.4 ounces. Now again, construction is the same as the full size. You have a midsection here that is 3D printed 625 Inconel, and then you have this little front module here, and the rear module is machined 17.4 heat-treated stainless steel, everything coated in a nice high-temperature black Cerakote. As far as the mount, it is going to be the Silencerco Charlie mount, so this is not a hub-compatible size here, but this does use all of their Charlie adapters. Most importantly, the ASR system that we will be using today, and one of my favorite mounts in the industry. Caliber is, of course, 5.56 only. Warranty is lifetime, and it is full auto. Well, it is belt fed rated, and no minimum barrel length restrictions. So this is one of the toughest cans that Silencerco has made to date as far as hard use on a rifle, including short barrel rifles. We'll get to the baffle stack design in a second that helps aid in that. Retail price comes in at $1,164. Capital Armory, our sponsor, they sell it for $100 less, so $1,064, and then they give my Patreon members 10% off that, so you're going to pay around $957 if you're a Patreon gold member on my Patreon channel, or my page, for this guy. So sub 1,000 mark, best you're going to get. Throw a tax stamp on there, and you're just over $1,000 for a hard use suppressor. Let's cover the special features, and then we'll hit the range so you guys can not spend all day watching this video. So LBP stands for low back pressure. Okay, I covered this in detail in the previous video. This video is going to be a little bit more concise and to the point because you've already learned in depth about the LBP. But low back pressure, thanks to the Hopalong baffle system that they've had, and what that's going to do is not only redirect a lot of the gas away from the shooter's face and not cork the gun up so much to overrun the bolt and get a lot of port pop, but it's designed in a way to aid in baffle life, meaning when you put this on a shorter barrel, anytime you have a shorter barrel, your gunpowder is not going to have long enough burn time to burn 100% of the gunpowder. That gunpowder at high velocity hitting the face of your blast baffle and a suppressor will normally erode the bore aperture of your suppressor, widening it over time, and usually you have a degradation of suppression. Not so in this. The baffle design lessens that effect, should I say. So what you have here is a mini 5.56 hard use suppressor meant for full auto use. Now, elephant in the room. This guy meters high at 149 decibels. 140 decibels is the OSHA standard, threshold for permanent hearing loss for anything over extended use. So you are going to want to use earmuffs when shooting this, which you really should use earmuffs anytime you shoot 5.56 suppressed on a rifle. It's just a really, really, really loud round. You have the supersonic crack that you can't get rid of. It's a very high pressure round, very hard to suppress efficiently. So I recommend using ear when shooting prolonged sessions. Now, what this is meant for is for your home defense, SWAT teams, door kicker, stuff like that overseas. This is meant to just take that edge off, throw that sound and flash away from the shooter for a quick shooting string to get the business done, and then you can go about your day, okay? If you want to spend all day shooting at the range impressing your friends, I would personally go with the full-size version of the suppressor, or possibly the 7.62 that we're going to review in the next week or two. So, hope that clarifies some things for you guys. I'll show you some close-ups, I'm sure, this entire time of the machining on the suppressor. You can see the weld lines where the front module attaches to the rear of the can, and then the 3D printed center here. I mean, very handsome looking can. And then of course you still have that internal flash hider end cap on the front that the full size version has as well. So if you guys have any questions, I breezed through the studio here as fast as I could. Just leave them in the comment section below and I will get to it. But for now, let's load up a shorty, a 16-inch, and see how it sounds. Before we get shooting, a quick word from our sponsor, Capital Armory. They're the nation's largest silencer dealer and have expanded their silencer shipping ability to multiple states, with even more on the way. They can still ship directly to Texas residents, but they can now deliver silencers directly to your door for those in many other states. The process is simple and keeps everything in-house. So there are no additional dealers, transfer fees, or headaches. They manage the entire process from start to finish to make your life easier. The process is very simple. Once you purchase a silencer online through their website, you'll be contacted to begin your online customer profile to provide them with fingerprints and other necessary information to complete your e-file Form 4. After the ATF approves your form, Capital Armory will initiate electronic transfer paperwork with you, and your silencer will be mailed directly to your front door. And the best part is, your customer profile only needs to be done once, so you'll be ready to go for all future orders. Head to capitalarmory.com today to learn more. All right, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Final thoughts. As you can see, I'm actually in my studio because I'm about to film the 7.62 version today. I know. Anyway, so I've already shot the full-size 5.56 and now the 5.56K that you guys just watched. And I'm going to be, I'm sure, asked by a lot of you guys to compare between the K and the full size, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. First things first, as far as suppression and gas or lack of gas on the K did very well. I didn't experience any gas to the face while shooting full auto or on the 16-inch Geisley Super Duty, which, as you guys know, is typically pretty gassy here on the channel from what I experienced. So the K was great. As far as sound, definitely going to want to wear earmuffs with it. Again, if you're going to pop a couple rounds off in self-defense in your house or whatnot, or, you know, in your professional line of work, you'll be just fine with it. It's not that bad. It does do a good job of sending the sound forward. I did take my earmuffs off and try to get the tone and the sound levels for a first-person experience for me when shooting the Mark 18. And again, it wasn't that bad. I just know it's damaging my hearing because it's metering at 149 dB. So I put my earmuffs back on, but pretty good. It's actually in here right now. I have it on my Geisley, getting framed there. So yeah, I mean, doesn't add much, you know, length to your weapon there and does a good job. So definitely something to look forward to if you have other full-size 5.56 suppressors in your lineup, which if you're on this channel, you probably do. You probably have a handful of them. I think it's a cool can. I like K cans. I know that you're going to sacrifice overall sound suppression with them, but they vibe. I like them. So hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you have any questions about the 5.56K or the full size or how they compare, or if you went to Suppress Fest and you shot them at Suppress Fest, let me know. I want to hear your experience shooting both of them back to back. And stay tuned because we're going to film the Velos 7.62 LBP right now. I'll see you guys next week.